Hey y'all, it's Squid. Welcome to the Pettyverse, my little corner of YouTube where I discuss all things from the world of law and sports with my own petty twist. Tonight's topic, the Laura Owens and Clayton Eckert debacle. The situation is still not resolved. Judge Mata has 60 days from last Monday to figure out what her decision is going to be. I think personally, take this with a grain of salt, it's going to be about 3 weeks because I think she already knows what she wants to do. I just think she needs a mental break from this case before she actually writes her opinion and her decision. But what I wanted to talk about tonight was David Gingras. I'm still going to say Gingras because I think it'll annoy him, and, I'm all here for that. What he's been posting on social media and what he's been saying about Laura and Clayton and Mike Maricini and Greg Gillespie, I've never seen from a lawyer. And I'm not a lawyer. I can't speak to all lawyers. But the lawyers that I've heard speak on this would say they would never do what he's doing. And they would never talk about an active case on social media like he is. I think it's unethical. I think it's immoral. I think it's just asshole-ish behavior. However, there's a difference between what I think and what LawTube thinks, the layperson on LawTube thinks is unethical, and what is actually unethical in the state of Arizona. So, Arizona has an 8-part rules of professional conduct. It's Rule 42 because we know Gingras loves his rules. The rule that I want to discuss tonight is Rule 4, transactions with persons other than clients. And this has 4 parts. And what I want to discuss is Rule 4.4, respect for rights of others. There's 2 parts to this respect for rights of others. I'm going to read them both, and then I'll give you my opinion. In representing a client, a lawyer shall not use means that have no substantial purpose other than to embarrass, delay, or burden any other person, or use methods of obtaining evidence that violate the legal rights of such a person. B. A lawyer who receives a document or electronically stored information and knows or reasonably should know that the document or electronically stored information was inadvertently sent shall promptly notify the sender and preserve the status quo for a reasonable period of time in order to permit the sender to take protective measures. I don't think B has anything to do with this situation. However, Part A, I think Mike Maricini has 2 separate instances where Gingras broke this ethical rule. The first would be posting that podcast of Laura Owens and Mike Maricini from 2015 or 2016. I can't remember the exact date. Just for the sake of embarrassing Mike. And what it did, it actually backfired because Mike was emailing with him and was potentially thinking about talking to him. He posted that. Mike wanted nothing to do with him. That's a separate issue. But he did it for the sole purpose, I believe. He did it for the sole purpose of embarrassing Mike. Secondly, the day of the hearing, Gingras calls 911 on Mike Maricini for showing up at the courthouse when he was subpoenaed. He doesn't discuss it with the judge. He doesn't discuss it with courthouse security. He calls 911 and takes emergency services away from somebody else in the community to embarrass Mike and try to prevent him from testifying. In the end, Mike didn't get to testify just due to time constraints, but Gingras did this for the sole purpose of delaying and embarrassing. An order of protection in California doesn't apply in Mata's courtroom when Mata already ruled on this. And she stated she already ruled on it in a prior motion. She denied it. Gingras, grow up and get over it. But I believe this Rule 4.4, Gingras broke Arizona's ethical or rules of professional conduct to Mike Marchini not once but twice. To keep this video short, that's the only one I'm going to go into tonight, because just talking about this makes me angry for not only Mike Marchini, but for all of the lawyers that actually do maintain their ethics when defending a client. But you let me know what you think. I always love to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing with your life? Help a girl out. Subscribe. It's free for you. And you get to see my shenanigans. All right, y'all have a good night. And remember, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. Bye.